it's Julia Elise. Welcome back to my channel, or if you're new, hey, what's up? You should subscribe because I post new videos every Monday and Thursday, and it would just make me so very happy if you stuck around, subscribe, turn on that bell notifications so you know when I post, and it just could be a grand old time. So today I am doing another story time because I love filming story times. I'm gonna give you a little backstory. So as you know, or as you don't know, I made a story time about how I got my period at a really young age, and you're probably like, girl, it's kind of irrelevant, TMI, but it's actually kind of relevant. I'll put a card if you haven't seen it, but a Spark Notes version is I got my period in elementary school, so I developed at a really young age. So by the time I was in like middle school, early high school, I had already been kind of matured, if that makes sense. Not really mature, but like physically and like hormonally mature. So I was into boys at a young age, and that's why majority of my story times are like from when I was younger, because I was kind of maturing, and as you know, boys kind of mature slower, so they certainly weren't anywhere near to where I was. However, I still had crushes, I still liked boys, I still wanted a boyfriend. So that's kind of what led me into the trouble that I got in, the rejection, the humiliation, etc. So let's just get into this. So I had a crush on this boy named James. We had homeroom together, and his name wasn't James, that's a stage name if you're wondering, but we had homeroom together, and I used to just stare at him and just admire him. He was like the bad boy type. He taught me what the F word was, and he'd always make inappropriate comments about women, and for some reason, this is so not right or wrong, but for some reason I just wanted him to feel that way about me. Like I wanted him to think that I was hot or I was pretty. I wanted him to look at me that way. So I kind of became friendly with him. We kind of, chatted. We were friendly. We were friends, I guess you could say. Probably not. He was more popular than I was. I wasn't technically popular in middle school. Like, I still am best friends with the person I was best friends with, but I wasn't in the cool crew. I didn't have all Abercrombie clothes. I was tall, I was skinny, I was awkward, but for some reason I still wanted attention from James, and I wanted him to think that I was pretty and hot. So I would try talking to him, and I would write about him in my diary. I would write hearts around his name, and honestly, to this day, I don't think any of my friends really know about this story because that's how embarrassing it is. Like, it really has stuck with me as like a humiliating story, but regardless, it's still a funny story. So I just had this giant crush on James, and I think he started to catch on. I don't know if it was me obsessively staring or if it was my hearts all over my notebook with his name in it. Who knows? But I think he eventually started to catch on. So he would like joke with me in like a flirtatious way, but I freaking loved it. I was like, oh,
James, you're so hot.
So one day I was at my locker and I was bending over to put my books away, and I just doing my thing, and walks up next to me and looks at me with this gorgeous smile. At least I remember it to be this gorgeous smile, and was like,
hey, like, do you want to be my girlfriend?
And I was like,
Yeah.
of course I said yes, and he walks away, and it was a Friday, so we all got on the bus or got our parents to pick us up because we were fetuses, and we had the weekend. So I had my weekend to kind of reflect on this new relationship that I was in. I wrote a song. I don't know if you know this. I mean, I still kind of am, but I was really into writing songs. I played the guitar. I wrote a song called like Spin My Combination because like I was at my locker when he asked me to be official, and it was just a great time. Like I remember I was just beaming, like this is my first boyfriend. This is probably gonna be the guy that I marry. Like, this is probably gonna be the father to my future children. Like, this life is good right now. Like, life can't get better than this. Sunday comes around, and I'm just so excited to see my boyfriend in homeroom. Like, I can't wait to see him. So again, Monday comes around, I wake up extra early, I put on my only Abercrombie shirt that I owned because yes, girl, I was going to be fleeked when I see James for the first time as boyfriend and girlfriend. I made sure that my poof was extra firm and extra fab, so I was just ready to see him. So I walk into homeroom, I look at him, and he's just kind of off doing his own thing. Like, he's not really paying attention to me, but that's kind of how the relationships in middle school went. So I was like, whatever, like it's cool, like I'll catch you later, like it's fine. So I would stare at him and smile, and like nothing really in return. It's like, okay, whatever. So I went throughout the day kind of wishing that things had gone differently in homeroom, but like we didn't have class together because I'm not trying to be like cocky, but like he wasn't very smart. So, like I was in like upper level classes and he was like not in those classes, but we didn't have class together, so I didn't have to see him during class. But then finally at the end of the day, I was back at my locker doing my thing, putting my books away, getting ready to catch my bus, and James and all his friends come over to me, and I was like, ooh, am I getting to meet the friends today? Like, yes, girl. So he comes over to me and was like, hey, and he says, you know I was kidding, right? Of course I play it off like, yeah. I don't know if I really was convincing enough because him and all his friends burst out in laughter. And for the first time, I felt rejected and humiliated. I was such a joke. And all this time fantasizing about him, and I thought I finally had him as this boy that I liked and my boyfriend, and he basically humiliated me in front of all his friends. Still to this day, I don't know what his intention was for doing that, and it's actually really funny because like honestly he's not even a guy that I would slightly consider now. I don't think he'd even try because I don't like, and I guarantee you none of my friends right now, like if you're watching this, you know who I'm talking about. Like I'm gonna get all these texts like, who is this? And I'll tell them, they'll be like, what? Because he's just not worth fussing over like at all. He's like just a normal dude, but he had the power back then to make me feel so small. So if you can take a lesson from this story, it's that, girl, put your crown back up. You are a princess. Even if you're awkward and skinny and taller than every boy in your grade, or none of that is going to matter in the future. So never ever give anyone the power to make you feel small. If that's one thing that you can get from this story, even if you're my age, older or younger, never give anyone the power to make you feel small, because I obviously gave James that power to make me feel small, and like obviously now I feel like I have all that power back. No one's ever gonna make me feel that way again, because girl, I know I'm a princess, but at the time it just felt so enormous. And I definitely think those lessons in life are so important, because you know, you are what you settle for, and if people treat you like a joke, then that's because you're allowing them to. So that's just kind of a fun story, but with like a serious message at the end. Girl, put your chin up, your crown is falling, you are a princess. Never let anybody treat you less than that. You deserve all the love and all of the support in a partner in life, or even in middle school. Like, you still deserve that. So just a little fun lesson from a really embarrassing story time. Okay, you guys, that is it for my story time today. If you enjoyed watching my humiliation, please give this video a thumbs up, or if you like story times and you want to see anything specific or advice related, leave a comment down below. I enjoy filming story time videos or just like advice type videos with you guys, because like you're my friends, so I just like talking about life. Like, this is how I talk with my friends in real life. So I just love you guys so much. I always want you all to remember how beautiful and how worth it you all are. Just always remember that you are what you're settled for, and you deserve the absolute best, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Hope you guys have a great day, and even better weekend. I'll catch up with you guys later.